Hey y'all, it's your girl Janaea Berry, aka the Sweetest Berry.
And this is Tavon.
And welcome to our couples channel.
Yeah.
Today we are going to be talking about elevating in 2024 and building healthy relationships. If this sounds like something you're interested in, you might want to stay tuned.
Yeah, you want to. I feel like you want to. I know you want.
Okay, so we are in 2024. For those of you that are into numerology and numbers, that is an 8th year. So 8 is all about abundance and prosperity. And I feel like it's very important to incorporate that into your relationships as well.
Yes, most definitely. I mean, just based off of what the number 8 represent anyway. Like when you look at the 8, the first thing that I see is actually the time capsule. You know, the representation of the, time, the sand in the glass. And when you flip it over, it takes some time to get to the bottom, for all the sand to get to the bottom. But in all totality, that number 8 to me represents infinite time. And also infinite energy, because I'm a life path 8,
Yes. And when it comes to time, I feel like a lot of us are so used to things happening instantly. But in regards to building healthy relationships, that truly takes time.
Definitely. And I mean, the easiest way to build a successful relationship, for number one, that I would say, and from me and your experience, baby, is literally, what are you lying for? Like, tell the truth. You don't have to give all your business out there.
Right.
But if it's something that you do not like, and your partner that you're speaking with at that moment, you're trying to get to know them, don't agree to whatever it is that you don't like.
Yes.
Be honest. Be very transparent. Like, I mean, you get a lot of people in relationships that feel that they need to cater to how a person feel, when in reality, you don't know that person yet.
Yeah.
So, if you don't like vanilla ice cream, don't accept a date to go out to a vanilla ice cream parlor where it's just vanilla ice cream. Now, if you go to an ice cream parlor where it's just several different varieties of ice cream, yes, maybe you're interested in another flavor. But if you're not necessarily interested in vanilla in specification, don't accept it, because that's not what you like.
Right. So yeah, that's like a prime example. And I feel like to take things even deeper, when you start dating someone, when you meet someone, the very beginning phase is important, because you want to know what your standards are. You want to know what that person lives for, what their religious or spiritual background is, and what they believe in. Because if we have different beliefs, that can create some type of friction. No matter how much we care about each other, if we're believing in two different things, something that I might consider positive, someone else could deem evil.
Yes, for sure.
Vice versa. And I feel like with you and I, because we had a lot of the same spiritual beliefs, it made things more cohesive. So I feel like you should definitely be honest when it comes to the different things that you believe in and the standards that you want to live by if you want to continue that relationship going. Because when you're dating, not every single person you're dating is going to be your person.
Yes.
It takes time to find your person. And I feel like dating is very important, because if you don't know, how do you know what you know if you don't, or how do you know what you want if you don't know what you don't want?
Exactly. So you have to know what you don't want, which is why I threw the whole vanilla ice cream thing in comparison to multiple and varieties of other different types of ice cream, because if it's something that specific and you know you're not enjoying or you don't enjoy that, don't agree to it.
Right.
You know, and you'll notice a change in the people that you even attract to date. Like, you going on these dates are growing periods. You stop for 2 months, work on yourself, heal on your past traumas, and then you decide 2 months later you want to date again. You're going to attract a different crowd of people that you would like to have an experience with.
Right.
Because you took time out to heal and come back to it.
Yes.
This is also the reason why a lot of people who are, in relationships for a long period of time, these people stop being in a relationship only for, a short period of time. But in that short period of time, they're actually not growing and trying to figure out what they don't want. When you figure out what you don't want first, you can then develop what you do want for your life and for your journey.
Yes, I agree. And just as much as we love being in relationships, I feel like you should also love being single too. Like, once I became single, that's when I really learned myself. I learned the mistakes that I've made. I learned my different areas where I needed to grow and evolve. I learned what I liked, what I disliked, what I wanted to deal with, what I didn't want to deal with.
Yes.
And yeah, that solitude is just very important, to be able to sit down with yourself and really analyze who you are and who you want to become. Granted, it's lonely. It can be lonely.
Yes.
But it's very empowering.
Yes,
if I wouldn't have taken the time out to go through the whole singlehood and then go through dating, realizing what type of dating situations I wanted to be in, because there's several,
Yeah.
And our little co-host is at it again.
She does
What's
that.
the matter with you?
What you want? Yeah, guys, unfortunately, we got to stop and tend to baby girl and see what her problem is.
Sure can. All right, so yeah, but
this girl.
Yeah, it's important to take that time out, because once you get in a relationship, you should put your best foot forth. You should give it your all. Just like having a baby.
Yeah, but that's the issue, though. The issue with a lot of people is that they do not want to put their best foot forward due to pain and being hurt. But that's also why you should not get into a relationship if you're so resistant to things. For example, if I would have resisted, being with my woman now, we wouldn't have gotten far because we're at a distance.
Right.
We don't live in the same state. So that would have been very difficult if I decided to hold on to my pain and sorrow in not trusting the process and coming to her sometimes, or her coming to me sometimes.
Right.
I would have lost out a lot.
Yeah.
And also vice versa. So you do have to trust, ladies and gentlemen, because when you change your mindset, you'll change your reality. You hear that a lot, but if your heart is not open to receive someone with the potential of actually finding your lover, then you miss out on life. I do want you to know that.
Yes.
You miss out on life.
You really do.
You miss out on a really good experience as well.
You do, and there's so many different types of relationships and dating scenarios that you could be in, but you gotta be open and honest. Do you really want to be in a situationship? Do you really want to be in a polygamous relationship? Do you really want to be in a monogamous relationship? There's so many different types of relationships, and it all comes down to the type that you want to be in.
Yes.
Don't commit to something that society wants you to be a part of only because that's the norm at the moment and you don't feel comfortable. And then you got to make that known to the person you're talking to too.
Yes. And honestly, hopefully this isn't really sidetracked, but I really don't believe that people really want to be in a polygamous relationship.
Yeah.
From my perspective, me being a man, I believe men want to be in a polygamous relationship due to a lack of something that they don't have within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times it's self-respect. Because if you really respect yourself, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to want to be with multiple people.
Okay, yes, so I am back, y'all, but yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said, and when it comes to elevating, sometimes you have to put yourself in those different scenarios and situations to realize your worth. Like
Yes.
me personally, I was in some situations that I normally wouldn't be in when I was healing because I was healing, you know? And I needed to see things from a different perspective. A lot of the times when you're able to experience different situations and go through things from a different perspective, it allows you to elevate and heal and realize what you truly want. And what I did truly want was to be in a committed relationship, but there was some form of fear as well,
Yes.
So once I released that fear and I worked on myself and continued to realize my self-worth and different things that I wanted to accept and different things that I knew I wouldn't accept, that's when things started to fall into place, and I aligned myself with the same individuals that wanted the same thing. Prime example, my boyfriend.
Yes. And it's simple, but it's very effective. The simple concept of just wanting different and legitimately wanting different. Some people say they want it, but they really don't. They really do just want to play around for the rest of their life. But you have to be honest with yourself and accept that, because if you don't, guess what? Like, you're literally gonna keep attracting the same type of people, because you're not gonna be able to fool the universe.
Yeah.
The universe is just as simple as it being you. You can't fool yourself. Because you notice every time you try to fool the universe, you try to fool yourself, because you are the universe. And you end up with the same trash over and over and over again. But it is nothing but a mirror, because it's you. You keep attracting yourself over and over. Yeah, yes. I know it's a woman and you're a man, but you keep attracting yourself over and over.
Yes, and we have to take accountability for whatever we're attracting. A lot of the times people like to bash the person that they were with or the person that they are with, but we gotta realize that we are very powerful beings. And so with that power comes accountability. You willed that person into your existence. So what does that say about you? There's still some work that you need to do within yourself if you're with someone that may be mistreating you or may not be honest to you. So ask yourself, what am I doing that is attracting that type of behavior? Because if you were completely healed in that area, you wouldn't even come and encounter with those types of individuals. You wouldn't.
No.
So we can't keep blaming the person that we're dealing with.
Yes.
Sometimes you really do just have to take a step back and work on yourself, and that's the shadow phase, as a lot of people may call it, the dark night of the soul, when
Yes.
you have to really dig deep and pay attention to those childhood traumas that you went through
Yes.
as a kid. And it really does stem as far back to our childhood, things that we may not even realize had an impact on our relationships as an adult.
Yes.
Really do play a role in how we build those relationships as adults.
Yes. And to piggyback basically off of everything that you just said, which that was wonderful, baby.
Thank you.
Like, literally, again, know what you want, but not even just that. Know what you don't want. Ladies, you know you don't want a man to put their hands on you. So just know that you don't want that. It's really just that simple. Men, you know you don't want to be with a woman who just wants your money and they don't care about your feelings. So won't you do something that will allow you to know that this woman has a heart? Ladies, why don't you do something to know that this man won't put his hands on you?
Right.
Just testing it out, because you know you don't want it, so you're not going to attract it naturally. But if you want to give things a test, because that's why we keep testing our lover in the first place. We want to see if they're going to do whatever the last lover did that we didn't like. That's why we keep doing these tests. But if we accept what we don't, if we project out into the universe, if we put out into the universe what we don't want, and accept what we do want, a lot of the times we're gonna get that. You're not gonna get a perfect lover.
No.
Because your lover should be learning just like you and constantly evolving just like you.
Right.
But if you get a lover that's not into doing that level of self-reflection, and you are into that level of self-reflection, then I believe you need to move on.
Yeah. And not even just relationships, friendships as well. Like,
Definitely.
we gotta realize, if we want a good friend, you have to be a good friend to yourself and to other people too. And part of being a good friend is not only talking to them, but also listening to them.
Yes.
That exchange of energy, going back and forth, hearing each other's problems, giving each other positive feedback, as opposed to just not really caring what they have to say because you want to tell your story.
Yes.
Like, I feel like a good friendship incorporates both aspects, where both people are talking, both people get a chance to vent, and both people are helping one another solve those issues. If we're both just complaining all day about our problems, and we're not sitting together trying to figure out a resolution, we're just wasting time at that point.
Yeah, and you guys are trauma dumping. Trauma dumping is just as simple as you guys are telling each other what your problems are, but no one is coming up with a solution.
Yeah.
Only because of that, they're not listening to each other. They just want to tell each other what they're going through, which is why, yeah, baby, your friend, your lover, they have to listen.
Yeah.
If they're not listening, they're not actually taking in what you're saying to even give you a effective answer from their experience. They can't give you an effective answer from their experience.
Right.
Meaning giving you an answer back. They can't give you an answer back. A lot of the times they'll even dismiss what you told them about your trauma.
Yeah, and then they'll just go on to...
And they'll just go on to and they'll continue on to whatever it is that they want to tell you, because in a sense they don't necessarily care about, what you're going through. They just want to feed into you, and naturally that can drain a person.
Or they could just be so oblivious to the point where they don't know because no one's ever pointed it out to them.
Yes.
That's a possibility too. But yeah, in 2024, we want to nip all of that in the bud, you know?
100%.
We want to build healthier relationships and we want to elevate. So, yeah, we just wanted to give you all some key points to focus on this year. And, I wish you all a great, prosperous year. We're going to continue to have conversations like this so we can just help ourselves and we can help other people incorporate healthy relationships into their lifestyles, because we all need somebody. We can't do this alone, y'all.
Definitely, we can't.
So, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, stay well.
Yeah.
Bye.